you know what? If I'm already talking about the weather as much as I am now, imagine what it'll be like when I'm 80.
Well, we're not quite that old just yet, Jane.
The Catch-Up, Bay 93.9.
Now, I don't know if you've noticed, Rox, it's a little chilly outside.
Well, it is a little chilly, and I know that we often bang on about the weather, but we thought, wouldn't it be appropriate, given that this wonderful person is in town today, that we might have a chat to her about the weather?
Oh, get on with it. Jane Bunn, welcome to the Catch-Up.
Oh, hello, good afternoon. Yes, how about that magical weekend we had? It was a late burst of summer, and then all of a sudden the skies have opened up and the temperature is plummeting. And you know what? This isn't even the worst of what is coming. It's just a taste of what we're going to see overnight.
Oh, wow.
See, no one ever asked Jane about the weather. 13.6 degrees outside at the moment, Jane. Feels like about 11, though, so hopefully you got a jacket on.
Well, I'm actually inside the art gallery tonight, so it's very pleasant in here. We've got some lovely music playing. I've spent the afternoon chatting with RONE, who are looking at some of his art around town and then also within the gallery. Have you guys been in here? It is absolutely amazing.
We absolutely have. How extraordinary is his installation? Did you know about RONE before you came to Geelong to have a look at it today?
I had seen his work that was up in the Dandenongs. I hadn't seen it in person, but I'd seen all the photos, and I was really sad that I missed it. So when this came up today, I was like, oh, this is great. And also I got to meet the artist himself. You don't get to do that very often. It was very cool.
No.
So, Jane, the reason you're in Geelong is because...
Well, we like to showcase some bits about what's happening in Victoria. So this week I'm heading on another little road trip. Earlier in the year we were up near Echuca and then Bendigo and then went over to Warrnambool and Apollo Bay, those sort of areas, and Port Fairy. And, we had a great time there. And now we're keeping it a little bit closer to home and going around the bay.
Should we call it the Tour de Bunn?
I think that's a good idea. But you know what? We will be crossing that ferry tomorrow morning, and it's like I have jinxed it. The weather is going to be ferocious. So when you see me on the news tomorrow night, I might be a little bit green.
No, you might be very surprised. Our ferries, even in the roughest weather, you will barely notice it. They are extraordinary.
That's good.
And
that's fantastic. Well, what we're looking at is overnight. So the rain you've got out there now, that is going to increase. So it's still just hit and miss showers at the moment, but by late tonight, that becomes persistent rain. It's heavy in the early hours of the morning, and it should break up finally around middle of the afternoon tomorrow. So that's the first bit. We've got all that rain. The second bit is it is windy. The wind is going to be howling. So SES has recommended secure loose items and trampolines and that sort of stuff before you go to bed tonight, because it will be there when we wake up in the morning. And the other bit is it is chilly. It'll be a top of only 16, and with that wind, it'll feel like single digits. So for tomorrow.
Sorry, Jane, we've worked out that apparently the older we get, the more we talk about the weather. So we think it's an old person's thing. But, of course, you're a professional, so you talk about the weather
all the time.
very professionally.
But Daryl and I are just sitting here listening to you talk about the weather, and it's just so awesome.
Now, I'm going to put you on the spot here, Jane. I did send an email to you a while ago to invite you onto the catch-up, but your people said no. But I'm just going to put it out there and say anytime you're in town or you want to call in, we're happy to have you on. Now, I've got one more important question before we let you go. What are you wearing tonight on the news?
Oh, do you have bets on the colour? I've heard that people take bets on what colour I'm wearing.
Stripes,
if you
spots?
You may be... I've got a jacket on at one point, and then I've got a shirt on another point, and they're two different colours. So look out.
Okay, all right. Well, I will be very excited to see that. Jane, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for showcasing our wonderful, beautiful gallery and talking to one of our who will arguably be one of our greatest and most well-known artists as well.
Wonderful.
Jane
yeah,
Bunn.
It has been a great day here, and you know what? If I'm already talking about the weather as much as I am now, imagine what it'll be like when I'm 80.
Well, we're not quite that old just yet, Jane. Anyway, that invitation is open. Anytime you want to join us, just let us know, and we'll happily even get you in the studio to see what you're wearing. I know that sounds creepy, but it's not. You know what I mean. Or maybe it is.
Nice to talk to you.
Bye, Jane.
Bye.
I think that went well. It is the catch-up here at Bay 93.9.
The Catch-Up, Bay 93.9.